Hello there, everybody. This is a new series, as you may notice. This is, instead of the Grandpas, this is actually called the Grandma's Farm Series, or the third generation farm series, whatever it is. Um, because this is based off of my home farm. Now, this is nothing like my home farm, basically at all, but this is a vision of what it could be like. So in hypothetical, I have the same amount of land as them, and I have a few tractors that are based off of the ones that they have. So if we open up this shed, and we don't lift that up, and I'm going to remove that mod, we have, so I'll tell you everything that I do have, what's realistic and what just is not at all. So this tractor first, not what they have. I needed a sort of bigger-ish horse tractor, not even like massive. I believe this is the biggest horse tractor we have on the farm. And I found this on, whatever Tractor House, whatever, for about 32 grand. It was heavily used, had weights up front, and, it just had the duals. So it was a Magnum 220, or whatever, MX 220, but this is the closest thing. And then they have a 7120, not an 8920, but 20 at the end. It's their loader tractor. It also has duals on it. This is their biggest horse tractor, believe it or not. It's not a very big farm at all. And then they have this little thing. They have a rake, not as big as this, but I spent more money just to upgrade it. Around this size cultivator. They don't have this tractor really specifically, so I found this just for cheap on the market for Farming Simulator. They do have a baler somewhere around this size. It is a Gel 1710, so it's around this size. They have a small sprayer. I don't even know if they really used it. I think they believe they got it custom done, but they had this laying around, so added the Brent. So they don't have any harvesting equipment at all. So it's a rundown farm. Just to give us a little backstory, it is a rundown farm that my grandpa did, and it didn't have any harvesting equipment. So I paid for all of this. I looked all this up, or most of it, and got this. So I decided to get 2 of these, and then a semi to do whatever. But whatever I tell you, they do have like a little snow blade. I believe that's just gonna fit in there nicely, and I'm going to be able to walk out this door. They do have a power washer. They don't have this trailer or something like it, but I needed something for bales, so I decided to get that. They do only have one shed, and it is about that size. Obviously not that nice, but it's around that size. And then there's a drop whatever trailer, and then another triple hopper for harvesting. They do have a chicken coop, so that's nice. They don't have any grain bins, except they do have an old bin around that size, a smaller one, and that was just because they had cows, which I think, eventually add cows onto here. I just didn't want to deal with cows quite yet. I do have it in the other series, so I kind of want to just have a grain farm. So I have that. That is a 6300 over there, and that was also on the marketplace, so I just decided to pick it up for like 12 grand. I needed an auger tractor, so they don't have any of those augers. I paid for all of that. They do have 3 barrels, fuel barrels. Don't know why they have 3 of them. It's a lot of fuel, but they do. And so there's 2 over there, and then 1 right here. And this door is amazingly loud, so I'm not going to open it. And they do have a little, not quite this big, but they do have a batwing mower, and that goes behind a John Deere 5400. So I kind of just got the closest thing I could find, 6300, and it looks actually relatively close to this. If you look up John Deere 5400, they don't have a skid steer, but I decided to get one just because I thought it would be helpful. They don't have any of that. They don't have this. They do have a 4-wheeler, and I kind of just decided to get one of these instead of a four-wheeler. Again, no harvest. So this I picked up. They do have like a 9-foot, I believe, hay bine. It's a John Deere 1219. And oh, okay. Well, I jumped amazingly high there. They do. This is their planter that they have. Like, they have a 6-row planter. So that's all they got. And they have a John Deere 6420, not a 30, but close. And then I'm running a 9510 combine with, I believe, a 20-foot bean header and just an 8-row this. So this is technically my farm series, I guess you could call it. So yeah, that's really it. And then little chickens over here. I just kind of wanted to do something new, so I got a couple greenhouses, some chickens. Kind of just wanted to test out what all this stuff would kind of be like. So we're gonna do that. And so everything, since in my area it is harvest time right now, we're gonna go harvest. So I will open this door up, which is way too loud for my liking. And we'll get the combine out of here. Okay, now that I have the combine out of here, we're going to kind of just assess what everything is going to do on this farm. So we have, this is just the combine. This 6300, I don't think I need 2 of them. I just found it, I had a little loader attacher on it. Didn't come with a loader. I didn't have one, so I kind of just think it's gonna be our grain auger, because for some reason this thing needs 160 horsepower, which that thing does not have 160 horsepower, don't get me wrong. But it's the closest thing that I think I'm just gonna have spare on this farm, because I think a lot of things are going to be used. And I also would like to show you guys, here are a couple mods. We do have anhydrous on this. So I need to add that to the other one, because the reason I actually got that case was because I wanted to do anhydrous, and I figured I might not have a spare tractor that has 200 horsepower, because I think the only thing is the case. And I'm just gonna shut that off. I believe the only thing that we have on here is a case. The 2 cases, actually, just the 71 or the 8910, 8920, and then the 170. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of have that. But I don't know if I want to do things one way or another way. So there's 2 ways we could do this. We could have the case on the grain cart, or we could have it on the 2 Brent wagons. And then whichever one isn't, we're gonna have the 8920 on. So or in a very rare scenario late in harvest, I'm going to see about having the 4455 on these Brent grain carts, and I'll throw some duals on it, and we'll see how it does. Because I need one of these 2 tractors to do anhydrous, and I think it's going to be this one, because that's just why I got it. So we're going to just start this up, and then we need to go, and we need to get the grain cart. This was such a nice passageway I made. I was designing it because I figured I could just go around, but I was like, oh shoot, no, I can just turn here. It just feels so much more open, because previously it felt like a wall, and then I opened that up and I just felt like it was just 10 times better. And I don't know if I'm going to start corn or soybean harvest first, but right now I think I'm going to do corn, or at least one field of it, so I can kind of just, I don't know, get the home field done first. Yes, I don't know if I'm going to fit. I will just see you guys when we have the rest of the harvest stuff ready to go. Hey there, everybody. Um, so a part of this video, the audio got lost. But it's really not too much. All it is I'm gonna put a time lapse on the rest of this, and all we do that I need to talk about here is we do mushrooms and we fill up the greenhouses, and the rest of it is corn harvest for this segment, and you guys will see the rest of it with audio, hopefully. Decided that, considering how slow this is going, just kind of decided to take the executive decision by myself to buy a different grain cart. This one came up real cheap on the kind of market there, and just decided to get it because it was actually a good shit that they comment. I'll tell you about this. This card is. So I did find out that this grain cart is an 875 bushel grain cart, which then again, it isn't an absolutely massive grain cart by any means, but it is, I believe, double what the old one was. So maybe the old one was around 400 bushel, maybe 500. So it is much bigger grain cart. I believe it is just a single auger. I'm assuming it is just that it's bigger.
She wakes with the sunrise, coffee on the stove, bare feet on the front porch, watching the wind blow. Old jeans and her flannel, and hair tied in a braid. She's got dust on her boots, but her dreams never fade. She's a country girl, wild and free, with a heart as wide as the old oak tree. Knows where she's going, but she loves the ride, with the stars above and the moon as her guide. She don't need diamonds, she don't wear pearls. She's a firelight soul, a country girl.
She hums to the radio, driving down that lane, past the cornfields golden after last night's rain. A letter in her pocket, dreams in her soul. She don't stay still, but she always belongs.
She's a country girl, bold and kind, leaves no one broken, no heart behind. Carries her roots like a sweet refrain. In a world that moves, she remains the same. She don't need riches or city swirls, just a sunlit path.
And welcome back, everybody. So, we are currently just got our first full load with the brown wagons. I kind of just wanted to fill these up to see how they would kind of work here. So, as you can see, we're a little bit short on cash because of the grain cart. Was it a very good purchase? I personally think it is. But now that we have that, we do kind of need some more funds. So we will close those up. And they hold, yay, 50,000 liters. I don't know what that is in bushels or gallons or whatever that is. But it is quite a little bit. I think, considering that's an 875 bushel grain cart, and that's what, maybe 38,000, 30-something thousand, and it's full. This is well over, I think, 1,000 bushels here. So we will just take the old wagon down to the co-op here, wherever I'm going to sell this grain. And I'm not going to dry it or anything, because we don't really have a corn dryer, so we'll just leave it like this and hope that maybe we'll get $10,000 in total, maybe a little bit. And welcome back, everybody. So as you can see, we are currently unloading our corn, and we actually managed to get both of these filtering into the selling area. This is just at the farmer's market. This isn't a very, let's say, profitable, and there's, I guess, two people kind of just looking at my tractor there. So currently we have the first one out, and I can pull forward here a little bit, and the second one is going to get us to just about $10,000 here. Not too shabby, if I wouldn't say so myself. But granted, the selling price for them was, I think, only $200 per 1,000 liters, so it was obviously not the best prices, but you know, there's always worse. Actually, I think it was the worst, but you know, so it is what it is. I needed money, and I needed it quick, so sold the grain. And next time, I think when it's the high I think I'm just gonna put it all in the bins, and I think that'll give us somewhere around $20,000. But I think eventually, because I do have that semi, I might eventually sell these, just because I don't think I need that much. But you know, it is kind of nice just to have an alternative, I guess, and just to kind of do that. But I don't think we really need these, because the corn isn't obviously pulling as much as I would have liked it to. The ground didn't exactly come with as much fertilizer as I would have liked it to. But it isn't bad. So we will see you back when we get over there. And welcome back there, everybody. So right now we are in the grain cart coming from the combine. So we are currently going to load the combine and make him go around the field again. And he actually is doing the fourth pass. It's kind of just what I decided to tell him to do, just because I think it was just more room, overall just easier. So he's going to do that for us, and we will actually eventually, I think this time we're just going to put it in our bins when we get it, because we are I think we're good. Money standard here. So I think we'll be able to survive until whatever selling is. Maybe we'll sell another one, but I'm going to check the prices of it right now, just based on purely what it will be. So it'll be in January, and that's gonna basically double here over the next 2 months after it gets its all-time low. And I think we're just gonna go for that because of kind of just what we want to do there. So maybe we'll sell one more this month, definitely not next month, but I think we can also survive on the mushrooms and the lettuce that we're making. So hopefully we can make a lot of those, just I think around here, especially the produce. So big farms, I think just I'm just a little bit sick here, kind of just getting over sinus infection. But we will survive. And this kind is really efficient. Big farms, not that. I do want to see how much soybeans are for. So that's for, wow. So yeah, no, we can't sell anything till July other than corn. So it looks like we're gonna be selling corn this January, so we can plant there, and then July we will be selling all of our soybeans. And then I believe lettuce, I think I'm just gonna that's just gonna kind of keep me afloat here, so I will see if we lettuce. I believe they were fairly. So lettuce here sells for high in February. But right now it looks like it's selling pretty good. Doesn't look like it's too horrible of a fluctuation. Only looks like it's about 200, maybe 300 bucks. And where I believe it was at the top, somewhere close, somewhere right. Aha! So it was like right there. This one also is in February, so it looks like February we could just take all of our produce into town and sell that there. This guy's gonna be offline. Just gonna set it here. So I think we're just gonna put us on a time lapse when we run the green curtain. Yeah, I don't think anything else is gonna come up. So I know that just online.
Sunrise on the Rio Grande, fields of green and golden sand. Farmers with a steady hand, working on this hallowed land. Long days in dusty boots, driving tractors, planting roots. They're the ones who bring us food, keeping all our dreams in bloom. From Amarillo down to Austin, cotton fields and cattle roaming. In their hearts this land's worth holding, all their stories worth the told. Sweat and toil beneath the sun, their hard work is never done. Through the seasons, rain or shine, they're the heroes of our time. Here's to the heart of Texas, to the farmers strong and true. With their hands they build the future for me and you. We're grateful for the bounty, for the fields so wide and free. To the workers of this country, you're the backbone of the dream. Blue bonnets by the highway's edge, rows of crops and garden beds. Underneath the Texan sky, you can see the eagles fly. Tending to the soil with care, they provide us more than fair. It's the spirit that we share in this land beyond compare. Lone Star flags, they stand and wave, honoring the lives they gave. To the farmers in the fields, 'cause their yield their silhouettes at evenings and tide, but knowing they transcend with every harvest they defend the promise that they send. Here's to the heart of Texas, to the farmers strong and true. With their hands they build the future for me and you. We're grateful for the bounty, for the fields so wide and free. To the workers of this country, you're the backbone of the dream. By the highway's edge, rows of crops and garden beds. Underneath the Texan sky, you can see the eagles fly. Tending to the soil with care, they provide us more than fair. It's the spirit that we share. You're the backbone of the dream. Here's to the heart of Texas, to the farmers strong and true. With their hands they build the future for me and you. Grateful for the bounty, for the field so wide and free. To the workers of this country, you're the backbone of the dream. windows low, sky painted like a postcard scene, fields of gold and shades of green. Got my girl in the shotgun seat, barefoot dancing to the beat. The world feels big, but it's all just right out here in the open tonight. It's country wide open, nowhere to hide, chasing the sun on a freeborn ride. Every mile's got a story to tell, living life like a rebel, yeah, with the wind at our backs, hearts unbroken, feeling alive, country wide open. Bonfire crackling by the lake, tailgate jumping with the bass. Stars above like diamonds bright, shining down on this kind of life. We ain't got no fancy things, just guitars and tire swings. But you don't need much to feel this free, with dirt on your boots and good company. It's country wide open, nowhere to hide, chasing the sun on a freeborn ride. Every mile's got a story to tell, living life like a rebel, yeah, with the wind at our backs, hearts unbroken, feeling alive, country wide open. Ain't about where you go, it's where you've been. These back roads lead you home again. The simple life is the sweetest tune, underneath the harvest moon. It's country wide open, nowhere to hide, chasing the sun on a freeborn ride. Every mile's got a story to tell, living life like a rebel, yeah, with the wind at our backs, hearts unbroken, feeling alive, country wide open. Let that sky stretch far and high, we'll keep running till the day we die. Yeah, the good life's calling, just hoping we stay forever, country wide open.
Welcome back, everybody. So, this is kind of the point where this episode is going to be over, sort of a deal. We will continue this field harvesting in the next video, where we will be just kind of continuing this, and I don't know, maybe possibly maybe moving to a different field if we have the time.